She's the one. If there's somebody calling me.
Hello and welcome to the AFL's Women's Round Forum. I'm Angela Picos from ABC Television. This round is for all women who love the game. Tonight is about discovering what opportunities are available to women in the football industry. And to help us, we've assembled an impressive panel of women from a range of different areas, including AFL clubs and the media. And I'll quickly just run through them before we get started. From nearest to me, we have Rebecca Avery from AFL Sports Ready. Next to her, Jodie Macquarie, who's an ex-team manager. Next to her, a woman who's perhaps hiding behind the curtains. She's not here yet, but Sarah Johnson, who's the Women's Football League president at the AAMI. She will join us later after in a few minutes, we hope. Pardon? She might be training? She'll be training. Di Bean, the executive administrator of the Adelaide Football Club. Next to her, Jenny Williams, the Port Adelaide Football Club Youth Programs Manager. Liz Jackson, on her right, the wife of former AFL CEO Wayne Jackson. Sharon Stevens, the SAFL Stadium Manager. Sarah Reid, a photographer with the Adelaide Advertiser. Nicole Corns, Sunday Mail journalist. And on the end, Hitaf Rashid, my good friend and adversary from the Port Adelaide Football Club, media and PR manager.
A few backgrounds in the different areas, because when you're asking about which areas women work in, I've worked in AFL research, had a research grant. I've worked in football as a coach. I've worked in football as I still coach the Sacred Heart Girls knockout team. I've been offered coaching jobs with blokes. So I'm sort of hoping that by able to show you all these different areas, maybe some of you might think, yep, that's something I'd like to go into. The other thing I'm probably going to say, but not too loud because Michelangelo's up the back, I'm probably not good enough as far as looks to have been a footy commentator. I think my expertise is really good, but, you know, second up against Tiffany Cherry, don't think I haven't got a great self-image. I think I'm great. Just not everyone else thinks I'm the same way of looking, but, you know, like, let's call a spade here. Hey, you know, like, something to look at. Well, you know, there's no doubt about things like that. But my substance and the things, you know, like, the things I know about footy are probably as good as any other woman that gets a job. But, you know, like, when we're actually talking about these forums, let's be honest for a change. Let's not get up there, pat ourselves on the back and go, oh, wow, this is great. Now, this is great if I can get it started. We've now got the welcome screen on. It's all plugged in. Now, hopefully, if I go to Function FA, we should have it coming up on the screen. Oh, look at that. Now we just all keep out. It's just booting. I had everything ready to go, and on the desktop, but we'll find how it goes. There. Well, I could go back to the end again. Do you want someone else to do their talk? Well, I'm the last one of this group. Do you have any questions for any of these other people? Well, I'm booting. Is that what the next part?
Yeah. Questions? Questions from the floor? I'd like to ask Di, what's it really like working with Stephen Trigg, CEO of the AFL? Is he a gentleman or is he hard work for you?
Stephen's definitely not hard work. He's a very much he's very hands-on. He doesn't need a secretary or a personal assistant to send his emails, to prepare his own correspondence. He's great. He's great. He makes me coffee. I make him coffee. So he's brilliant.
And is there any downside to working on
It was. It basically put it out to them, and I in fact sent a letter to the AFL congratulating them on how well they did that. So it's worthwhile noting that, you know, I get a little annoyed at the AFL sometimes, but as far as that goes, they did a really good job. Look, I may as well have a go and see if I can do this one. This is my lifetime of footy, a passion for the game. My family background, as you can see, I was in the backyard with my dad from when I was little, getting my first footy lessons as he was preparing for state. My brothers were learning to play footy when there was no such thing as little kids' footy boots. They were all actually rubber boots with laces drawn on them. My dad was a legend of the game, and I grew up with 3 brothers, and all I wanted to do was play footy. Instead, my sporting background became a lot of other things. Lacrosse. Why did I play lacrosse? Well, at the time, what other game was there where you could run the whole field, you could kick the ball, you could do everything you could do in footy, except the only thing is I couldn't kick it. But it was the closest thing I could find. And yes, we played zones and all of that way before footy ever did. My football beginnings. Would have loved to have played mini-league, but at the time, girls were not permitted to play. Most of us would say that, a lot of us who are my age. In 1978, I started teaching specialist football to boys at Willianda High School as part of a sports group. They didn't seem to have any problem. If I knew what I was doing, they were quite happy to listen and learn. I was coaching the Willianda senior boys knockout football team. We were runner-up in the Pizza Hut Cup at Norwood under lights. I always hoped we'd win, mainly because that then would have given some credence to a woman coaching a team. 1989, I was the face of the news, who was going to win that year. 1989, I was the first female around the grounds football reporter for 5DN. I had some of it on live that was done on DVD, that's what I was going to show you. And there I was, that's the Australian magazine, a 1989 grand final, fantastic. I get to interview both my brothers in the change room, and it was just sensational. And they were the change rooms where no one cares who goes in. By the way, after a grand final, no one cares. 1990, I was captain of the first South Australian women's footy team to play the Vex. I was awarded the trophy for the best on ground in the match, and probably out of every medal I've got, it's my most proud day. 1990 as women's advisor. I helped Gina Dutchke start the South Australian Women's Footy League, and that's why we had that first game against the Vex. You might like to notice the scorecard. 78 points South Australia to 9 points Victoria. I got to go in that car in the middle when I was the commentary person, got to go in the parade. A lot of women have never had a chance to do something like that. 1991 to 06, I have done so many footy nights and presentations and I'm a Premier's Reading Ambassador. Difference between me and all the other blokes on the panel, every time I get a bunch of flowers or a thank you, they tend to get a $1,000 cheque.